Hello everybody, this is Lord Dragon. I am doing a little different Let's Play than what usually I do. This is called Trainz CNR, and the route that I'm currently driving is the Canadian National Railroad Halifax Sub. Now this is basically my home route. I've been working on this project for a couple of years now, and the section that I'm going to be driving today is from Miller's Creek, which is out just a couple of miles outside of Windsor, to Kentville. Now in this route, it's of no particular error, and everything is, I suppose you could say, multiple errors. So it's a mix. So there's really no specific error or no general base timeline this route is designed in. It is designed in many different timelines with, lines that existed in one timeline no longer exist in another, industries that are long gone, things like that. Like, a lot of stuff has been brought into this specific project because I wanted to bring back as much as the railroad in modern time as I possibly could, almost like making it a what if factor, if the rail industry never actually went under. Now as you can see, I am currently got in operation a ex-Conrail locomotive 2 done up in Windsor Enhanced Port Railway, and these locomotives are GE B7 or B-27s, I believe. Yeah, they're custom models, so I built them myself, and they are specifically for this route only. So I have no real intention on actually ever releasing these things. They're basically going to be an extra. So I'll give you a quick look. Oh, that's a tree. So anyway, right now we are hauling a representation of the gypsum trains that ran through this part of the route, which we are starting at Miller's Creek, which is 2-3 miles outside of Windsor. We are going to head up through Windsor and into Kentville. Now this train is a little extravagant for the size of it, and these are not the real gypsum cars that this train particularly pulled. Like I said, this is all a representation of the actual route. So you may recognize things in it, or you may not, but the general layout and length is pretty accurate. So we are starting at Miller's Creek. There are a few things that I'm trying to work out to get working in this map. I mean, this map is based in Nova Scotia, so it is a realistic map. It is realistic railroad, so it's mostly 90% realistic. I had to do some modifications because I basically don't really 3D model much anymore. And this is as accurate as it looks. So anyway, enough chit-chat, let's get driving. Alright, now I gotta let the air pressure to kind of get out of the cylinders before we start our train. Now these are custom built locomotives, so they are going to be a little touchy on the throttle. Most of my models are a little hard to drive sometimes. Now we better give her some. Come on, old girl. These are fuel consumption trains, so this is designed to burn fuel. So now we are leaving Miller's Creek. The yard speed through here is there is 10 miles an hour. So yeah, the Windsor Enhanced Port locomotives, these particular units were used from, I believe, 2010. November 2010 was when the railway officially shut down. You'll have to excuse, these signals are not working for whatever weird reason. Oh, I had the horn too long, oops. Ah, get that tree out of my face. Yeah, these crossing lights don't work. I just can't I got the settings all rigged up, so I mean, they're just not working. So far, in case you've noticed, yes, this is a accurate track layout. The track's all in the right place, or at least I hope it is. As for where everything goes, I'm just doing the best I can. It's not 100%, it's probably more like 95 or 80. But it's fairly accurate. I better tone down the speed a little, or I'm going to be speeding. Lose some demerits. Oh. This train's probably overweight. I mean, I don't think two of these locomotives can actually pull this long thing. This here is the Halifax, or the Windsor Junction to Truro branch that currently no longer exists. That's been gone for years, so that will eventually be in a later edition. Right now we're just leaving well, they call it Menopedia Mine, but it's really Miller's Creek. That's what it's really known. Alright, we better get our speed up. Yeah, so this route's roughly a couple hundred miles long. The Halifax Sub consists of different sections. There's the Dartmouth Sub, the Bedford Sub, Truro Sub, and then there's also out towards Antigonish, and then towards Cape Breton and stuff like that. But if I was going to do the province-wide railroad, it would just be considerably massive. So I decided to do the general main route, which is from Truro down to Halifax, and then of course I threw in the old DAR because this was one of the projects that I actually planned to start. Now we've already have a couple other people who are doing different sections of it, but slowly in trains more and more Canadian routes are popping up, which is nice. Boy, this thing takes a while to get up to speed. Now, as you'll notice, in some parts of the route, you may see some things that are kinda not supposed to be there, but I'm not gonna tell ya. I think if you can figure out, you know, if something's kinda out of place, you know, I'll let you decide that for yourself. And just leave a comment below if you find the objects that I placed throughout the route. So anyway, yeah, this thing works in tane. So you're getting well, not a driver's view of the map, but look, it's a long train. Anyway, folks, a lot of stuff I had to design myself. The cab view doesn't really work too well in these locomotives, it's all messed up. I might just switch it over to invisible. Oh no, we're over speeding. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I don't think anyone will mind. No, they won't care. We'll just say the driver. When these locomotives were actually running, I think the speed limit was dropped down to 10 miles an hour because they're poorly maintained track. But the tracks aren't really all that bad. we're going to be coming around. Now, that's the Avon River, which is, well, connected to the Bay of Fundy. Basically, it's also known as Chocolate River. At least if you live in the area. You ever hear somebody say, oh, let's go down to Chocolate River, they're basically talking about this. Because the water is brown. Now, in Tain, I can't change the water at different locations. If I change the water, it'll change it for the entire route. So I can't change it in sections, which would be a nice feature to have. You can have different color water wherever you go. Which they should do it. There's been a lot of negativity with this game, but as you can see, it's running nicely. There don't seem to be any problems with it. But of course, my models are very simple, so they're very easy to run. I find the simple stuff is usually the best stuff. But that's personal preference. Of course, except for the track that I'm riding on is high poly and high detail, but my PC can handle 5 or 6 different games running at the same time, so this is nothing. I don't feel bad for those who can't run it, because I'm just mean. I don't care. For all you folks that are wondering, I'm not publicly releasing this route or these locomotives, so don't ask. I am only releasing it to friends, and very limited. Simply because this is a personal project more than anything, and I really don't want people to have it. It's mine. And they don't deserve it. So yeah, sorry folks, I'm going to be a hard ass about that. But also, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to increase the speed to ridiculous speeds. Now, normally speeding in maps is not a good idea, but hey, you know, this train needs to get there. And I better get a bit of a run off. Come on. Put your back into it. This is going to be a big video. Should have used a faster locomotive. Maybe I just might ditch the cars. Alright. We are now entering the Windsor Yard. And we're just going to ignore the speed limit because we don't care. Canadian Pacific used to run trains in through this way, but you know, they're long gone in this particular era. But like I said, I have like a bunch of different things. This is the Windsor Yard. Currently, it's overgrown, so yeah, and there's just junk everywhere. And there's another favorite, the RS 23s. These are copyrighted models, so anyone caught making a new set, I will sue them. So don't copy them, unless you want a $1 million lawsuit on your ass. Frankly, because they're rare and I had to get special permission just to model them. Yeah, we're speeding, going almost 40 in a 20-mile-an-hour zone, but who really cares? Anyone runs out into the track, they'll just get run over, no big deal. We don't need to worry about saving lives. This isn't CN. This is Windsor and Hansport. They only care about getting the crap where it needs to go. They don't care about protecting people. They never really had much money anyway. If they did actually have an accident, the industry would go bankrupt. But, you know, they wouldn't care. They just run over anything that's on the track. I don't know if that's actually true. It's probably not very... Now we are crossing the, oh, I forget where I am. But no, we're still in Windsor. We're just leaving, coming past Evil Park. Yay, it's 50. The track does actually get reasonably unreal and steep. There's garbage on the side of the track. Who throws garbage just wherever they want? Come back and pick that up. Do it now. And I got the telephone poles on the wrong side. Oh, look. Hey, it's Rick's best friend. That's his pet. It's still there. Look. Rick, you better come pick up your pet. There's some, that's actually a food storage warehouse. Or fruits and vegetables and stuff, or something like that. Probably apples. There's a lot of apple orchards around this area. And farmland. I mean, right now we're going through a lot of farmland, so you're going to see a lot of farm when this thing's done. Over there's the number 7. Oh no, that's the 101. I don't remember what highway that is. Now we're going to go drive through some weed. Not the kind you smoke. This kind of weed. Now this track actually is this wavy. I mean, this is pretty cool. You guys are getting to see a. This part's pretty accurate from what I can tell. I mean, I'm doing a lot of this through Google Earth, so I mean, I really haven't taken any pictures. But when I do the from Windsor Junction to Eller's house, that part of the route's actually going to be as accurate because I have gone out on that line and took thousands, hundreds of pictures. I probably have like 800 pictures. Any cars coming? No? Good. And these are Canadian signs and stuff. Oh, we are climbing a hill. Most of my models actually run off propane, but this one runs off crap. Yeah, it literally runs off crap. Alright, we're starting to struggle to get up the hill, so I'm just gonna... still climbing up the hill. In a very angry method. Oh no, she's starting to pick up. No, she's on a flat. Alright. Now we are, we're heading towards, we're just about to approach Hansport in just a few minutes. All passengers, please jump off the train and kill yourselves. Thank you. And have a horrible day. In trains, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to be realistic. I think some people take this way too seriously. It's a game. Get over it. Yeah, you can see that we're almost at Hansport. There's a couple cars up there. You have to go up one more little hill. Yeah, we've already driven 10 miles an hour. 10 miles. You know, a lot of people call this Trainz a new error. I really wish they'd just stop making such a big deal out of it. It doesn't matter what you do or say. You know, it's either going to work or it's not. Plain and simple. This is a bit of a deal. Oh, where's my horn? I forgot to check if all the switches were thrown. Oops. Okay, I think we should be good. And these are the actual transport lights. Whoa, that's a sharp turn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the switches are pretty good up through this way. I mean, I didn't. Now we're driving through Hansport at ridiculously fast speeds, but you know, whatever. Oh good, no cars are coming. Oh man, that guy almost got free. Well, it would have been his own fault. After all, we do blame the drivers for everything. Now, this part of the map is really blank and really boring, so there's really nothing to see. The driver's just getting angry.